I'm going to show you exactly how to master the Elements section in Canva so you can design faster, smarter, and more professionally even if you are a complete beginner. By the end of this video, you'll understand what elements are, how to use them properly, and which features most beginners completely miss. And if you stay until the end, I'll also share how to access our totally free Canva crash course so you can keep learning more after this. Let's start by setting up your design. Go to canva.com and log into your account. On the left-hand panel, click on Create and choose any canvas size you want. It can be a presentation, Instagram post, or even a custom size. Once your blank canvas opens, look at the left side panel. This is where all your editing tools are located. Now click on Elements. So here's the big question. What are elements in Canva? Elements are basically anything you add to your design. This includes shapes, graphics, photos, videos, audio, icons, stickers, animations, and even code. If it goes on your canvas and is not plain text, it most likely came from the Elements tab. Understanding this is important because elements are the foundation of every design you create. When you open the Elements section, the first thing you'll see is your recently used elements. This makes it easy to reuse items without searching again. If you scroll down, you'll start seeing different categories that organize everything for you. These categories make Canva much easier to navigate, especially as a beginner. Let's start with shapes. Click on Shapes and add a rectangle to your canvas. You can resize it by dragging the corners. You can also recolor it using the color picker at the top toolbar. And here's something powerful. You are not limited to solid colors. You can create gradients by selecting gradient styles or blending multiple colors depending on the shape. Now here's something many beginners don't know. Double-click inside a shape and you can start typing. The shape automatically becomes a text container. If it doesn't look right at first, don't worry. You have full control over the font style, size, alignment, spacing, and color from the top toolbar. This allows you to create badges, labels, or callout boxes very easily. Next, let's move to graphics, which is one of the most powerful categories. Click on Graphics. Then right here at the top, you'll see your recently used graphics again. Right next to that, you may see Magic Recommendations. These are suggested elements powered by Canva's AI system based on your recent searches and design behavior. The more you use Canva, the smarter these recommendations become. Scroll further and you'll see Featured Elements. These are commonly used graphics that work well for many types of designs. Then you'll find Gradients. These are extremely useful for creating soft fades on images, glow effects, or smooth background transitions. Simply drag a gradient over an image to create a professional look instantly. As you scroll further, you'll also find icons, social media graphics, and collections. Collections are sets of elements that share the same art style. This is important because using elements from the same collection keeps your design visually consistent and professional. Now here is an important tip. Use the search bar at the top of the Elements panel. Instead of scrolling endlessly, type specific keywords like minimal arrow, travel icon, or gradient circle. You can also filter by graphics, photos, videos, or even by color. This saves you time and helps you find exactly what you need faster. To apply any element, simply click on it or drag it onto your canvas. Resize it, rotate it, change its color if allowed, and layer it properly using position in the top toolbar. Mastering layering alone can instantly make your designs look more advanced. You now understand how the Elements section works and how to use it properly as a beginner. Once you master Elements, designing in Canva becomes 10 times easier because everything you create is built from these building blocks. If you want to learn the next beginner Canva feature that will instantly improve your workflow, check out the next video and let's continue learning Canva fast. In the previous video, we talked about a quick overview of how to open Canva and how to use basic shapes and graphic elements. But today, we're focusing on Canva's newest and most underrated element updates. Let's start by setting up your design. Head over to canva.com and log into your account. On the left-hand panel, click on Create. To properly demonstrate these features, choose Presentation so we can fully see how these elements work on slides. Once your blank canvas opens, go to the left side panel and click on Elements. Now scroll down slightly and look at the different categories available. Right here, you'll see 3D shapes and animations. Let's start with 3D shapes. Here's the big difference. Normal 2D shapes are flat. They're mainly used for layouts, layering, and combining multiple shapes together to create new designs. But when you open the 3D shapes section, you'll immediately notice something different. These shapes have depth. They look more realistic, more polished, and more modern than 2D shapes. You're not just getting basic circles and rectangles. You'll find irregular shapes, abstract objects, and fully designed 3D forms that don't require combining multiple elements anymore. This alone saves you time. But what really sets 3D shapes apart is perspective control. To use one, simply click or drag it onto your canvas, then double-click on the shape, hold and drag your cursor in the direction you want the object to face. When you're happy with the angle, click again to lock it in. This gives you full control over how your shape looks. You can tilt it, rotate its viewing angle, and create a more dynamic design instead of something flat and basic. The more you practice adjusting perspective, the more natural it becomes. Now let's move on to animated elements. This is one of the most underrated features inside Canva. Instead of applying page animations manually, these are elements that already move on their own. You can use them to create subtle background motion, make presentations more interactive, or add movement to digital product pages. To use one, go to the Animation section under Elements and drag any animated graphic onto your slide. When you preview your presentation, you'll see it automatically move. You can resize it, reposition it, and layer it just like any other element using the Position tool at the top toolbar. You now understand how to use Canva's 3D shapes and animated elements properly as a beginner. Once you start using depth and motion intentionally, your designs will immediately stand out compared to basic static layouts. If you want to learn the next beginner Canva feature that will instantly improve your workflow, check out the next video and let's continue learning Canva fast. In the previous video, we talked about 3D shapes and animated elements. But today, we're focusing on one of the most powerful and most practical sections inside Canva's Elements panel: frames, grids, and mockups. These three features alone can instantly make your designs look clean, professional, and organized even if you're a complete beginner. Let's start by setting up your design. Head over to canva.com and log in to your account. On the left-hand panel, click on Create. For this tutorial, choose Presentation so we can clearly see how everything works on a slide. Once your blank canvas opens, go to the left side panel and click on Elements. Now scroll down and look for frames. This type of element is not just a flat shape that has some doodle on it. They are placeholders that allow you to drop photos, videos, or graphics directly inside them. That's the big difference. A normal shape just sits on your canvas, but a frame can contain any content. Click on a basic square frame, and it will appear on your slide. Now go to Uploads on the left panel and drag any image directly over the frame. Once you hover over it, you'll see the image snap perfectly into place. Release your mouse, and it's automatically cropped inside the frame. This saves you so much time. If you want to adjust the image inside the frame, double-click on it. You can reposition it, zoom in, or zoom out without affecting the frame itself. Click outside once you're done to lock it in. Now here's a powerful tip. Don't just use basic square frames. Scroll through the frame section and you'll see circles, letters, numbers, device shapes, and even abstract cutouts. Try searching in the Elements search bar using keywords like circle frame, phone frame, or Instagram frame. This instantly upgrades your layout without complicated editing. Now let's move on to grids. Grids are different from frames because they automatically organize multiple images into a clean layout. Instead of manually aligning everything, grids do the spacing for you. Scroll in Elements until you see grids. Click on a 3-column grid. It will fill your entire slide. Now drag 3 different photos into each section. Notice how Canva automatically resizes and aligns them evenly. If you want to adjust the spacing, click on the grid, then use the spacing and border controls at the top toolbar. You can increase or decrease the gap between images to create a more minimal or more dynamic look. Grids are perfect for portfolios, before and after comparisons, product showcases, or social media carousels. They remove guesswork and keep everything symmetrical. Now let's talk about mockups. Mockups are one of the most underrated features for beginners who want to make their designs look realistic. Instead of just showing a flat image, you can place your design inside a phone, laptop, book cover, t-shirt, or packaging template. There are 2 ways to use mockups. First method, inside Elements. Search for keywords like laptop mockup, phone mockup, or book mockup. Many of these act just like frames. Drag your design or image directly into the screen area and it will snap into place. Second method, use the built-in Apps section. Click on Apps from the left panel and look for Smart Mockups. This allows you to upload your design and automatically preview it on realistic products and devices. The best tip I can give you though, which I wish someone told me when I was just starting as a graphic designer, is that when using mockups, you need to keep your background as simple as possible. Let the product stand out, resize the mockup, position it properly using the position tool at the top, and avoid overcrowding your slide. Filtering and searching properly will save you time and improve your workflow instantly. To apply any of these features, simply click or drag them onto your canvas. Insert your photos, adjust spacing, resize, layer properly, and keep your layout balanced. And that's it. You now understand how to use canvas frames, grids, and mockups properly as a beginner. Once you start organizing your designs with structure and realism instead of random placement, your projects will immediately look more professional. If you want to learn the next beginner Canva feature that will instantly improve your workflow, check out the next video and let's continue learning Canva fast. In the previous video, we talked about frames, grids, and mockups. Today we're focusing on photos and videos inside Canva's Elements panel. If you learn how to use these properly, your designs will instantly look more polished and professional. Let's start by setting up your design. Head over to canva.com and log in. On the left-hand panel, click on Create. Then choose Presentation so we can clearly see how everything works on a slide. Once your blank canvas opens, click on Elements on the left side. First, let's talk about Photos. Scroll to the Photos section and click on any image to add it to your slide. You can resize it, rotate it, and reposition it freely. But the key is choosing the right photo. Use the search bar and type specific keywords like minimalist workspace or soft background instead of general terms. But what I love about Canva is that the Elements search bar also serve as an image generator. If you can't find any suited image in Canva's library, you can head over to ChatGPT and describe the image you need. Then ask it for a prompt to generate the image inside Canva. Once it's done generating, head back to the Elements search bar and hit Generate Images after pasting your prompt. Once your photo is placed, click Edit Image at the top. And you can start to adjust brightness, contrast, and clarity slightly to make it look cleaner. If you're placing text on top of a photo, lower the transparency or add a semi-transparent shape behind the text to keep it readable. You can also double-click the photo to crop and reposition the focus without changing the frame size. Now let's move on to videos. Scroll in Elements and find the Videos section. Click on a video to add it to your slide. Resize it just like a photo. When selected, you can trim the clip using the trim option at the top and mute the audio if needed. Just a quick tip, you can use any frame and drag a video in it, and it'll perfectly work just fine. But you can only use the videos and photos that are either in the library or the ones you uploaded in Canva. If you copy a URL on YouTube and paste it on Canva, you can totally play it, but you can't place it onto a frame. And just like with photos, use the search bar strategically. Specific keywords will help you find better results faster. To apply any of these elements, simply drag them onto your canvas, resize, crop, edit, trim if needed, and layer properly using the position tool. You now understand how to use Canva's photos and videos properly as a beginner. Once you start choosing visuals intentionally, your designs will immediately stand out compared to basic static layouts. In the previous video, we talked about photos and videos, but today, we're focusing on one of the most practical sections inside Canva that beginners often ignore: forms, sheets, charts, and tables. If you're creating presentations, reports, planners, or digital products, these tools will instantly make your designs more organized and professional. Let's start by setting up your design. Head over to canva.com and log in to your account. On the left-hand panel, click on Create. Then choose Presentation so we can clearly see how everything works on a slide. Once your blank canvas opens, click on Elements and look for the Table section, usually found right here at the bottom. Click on a basic table and it will appear on your slide. You can adjust the number of rows and columns using the toolbar at the top. Resize it by dragging the corners and edit text directly inside each cell. To make your table look clean, adjust the border weight, change cell colors, and increase spacing. Keep it simple and avoid overcrowding with too much text. Tables are perfect when you need structured information that's easy to scan. Now let's move on to charts. Charts are perfect for visualizing data instead of just listing numbers. In the left panel, go to Charts. Choose from bar charts, line charts, pie charts, and more. Once you click one, it will appear on your slide with sample data. Click on the chart to open the data panel. Replace the sample numbers with your own values, and Canva will automatically update the visual. You can customize colors, labels, and styles from the top toolbar to match your design. Keep your chart focused on one clear message and avoid adding too many data points. If you want a full step-by-step deep dive into Canva charts where I explain every setting and customization option, I made a separate full tutorial dedicated entirely to charts. Make sure to watch that after this to fully master the feature. Now let's talk about forms. Click on Elements from the left panel and look for Forms. You can add fields like name, email, multiple choice questions, and short answers. Customize the layout, adjust spacing, and match the form colors to your design. Forms are perfect for collecting feedback, event registrations, surveys, or client information directly from your audience. And if you want a complete walkthrough of Canva Forms, where I show you how to set everything up properly from start to finish, I also made a separate full tutorial just for forms. Check that out if you want to master it in detail. Finally, let's talk about sheets. Sheets work like simple spreadsheets inside Canva. You can input data in rows and columns, organize everything clearly, and even convert that data directly into charts. This keeps your workflow clean and efficient. Instead of typing numbers directly into a chart, manage your data inside Sheets first. Once your information is organized, generate charts from it in just a few clicks. If you want a full in-depth tutorial on Canva Sheets, including formulas and advanced features, I made a separate complete video just for Sheets as well. Definitely watch that next if you want to understand everything about it. If you find this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing to help YouTube algorithm show my video to other people who want to learn Canva in the easiest way. And as promised, if you want to access our totally free Canva crash course, just check out the pinned comment down below. And that's it. You now understand how to use Canva's forms, sheets, charts, and tables as a beginner. Once you start organizing information visually, instead of just typing plain text, your designs will instantly look more professional and structured. If you're ready to master Canva step by step, check out the next tutorial and let's continue learning Canva fast. Let us know in the comments if you have any suggested topics you want us to cover, and I'll see you on our next video.